Hello everyone, I'm the Whiskey Enthusiast. Welcome back to my channel. So there's a challenge going on. It's the One Distillery for Life challenge, concocted by the twisted mind of Jeff Whisky. And we're gonna do my take. Tim from Whiskey Whereabouts challenged me into getting my pick. Thank you, Tim, for dragging me into this. But yeah, it's a fun thing. It's a fun thing. A couple of years ago, we did One Whiskey for Life. So let's do One Distillery for Life. Now, yeah, it's a challenge. It's a hard one. And there are a lot of reasons why you would pick a distillery or not pick a distillery, and so many amazing places to choose from, so many different countries to choose from. So it's a tough one. I understand what Tim has done, and I see his point. He's done a really, deep dive into what he would like to pick and why would he pick, but why did he eliminate them? And I like that. I like that approach. But I have one, not a problem, but one different approach to Tim. Now, Tim is taking the rules of the regular world, where he's saying, he would love to pick Springbank because it gives everything peated, unpeated, and healthily peated and funky, but he can't find them. The price point is too high. He has a similar issue with Tobermory as well. But we're not in the real world. We're in the twisted mind, the slaps will of Jeff, where, slapping bottles and people is not only not frowned upon, but also encouraged. So there are no rules apart from this one rule where you have to pick one distillery. So I'm not going to abide by those general life rules. I'm going to be that, a citizen of Slapsville for this video. But I'm not picking Springbank. And, because it's not, I'm not in love with Springbank. Now, you might all just unsubscribe from this challenge and go, from this channel and go somewhere else. Please don't do that. But, I'll tell you why. And it's one of the things what makes Springbank very special and very fun, but also what frustrates me. It's the batch variation. Now, I loving a whiskey, falling in love with a whiskey, and going and finding it and getting that exact same thing that I want from that whiskey. And if Springbank was as regular as, like, let's say Glenmorangie or an Ardbeg, then I'll be okay with it. You know what? This batch didn't hit that well, but next batch will, and I'll be fine. But there's nothing more frustrating to me than actually searching for a whiskey that I think I love, and, paying a bit over the price and, searching, going through third channels and finding it, because that's the reality of Springbank, and then getting it and opening it. It's not as good as the last one. Maybe the next one will be better, but when am I going to get the next one? I don't know. And that's what frustrates me with Springbank. I love the 10, or I like the 10, but I didn't fall in love with every Springbank 10 I tried. I never connected with the 15, which I know I'm not alone in this. 18, I had 2 times. I don't know which batches, and they were good. They were similar. They were good, but, they weren't amazing. I think I would pick Lechake 18 or Deanston 18 or Longbourn 18 over the Springbank 18. And anything above that, I had the 21 once, and yeah, it was good. But, even at Slapsville, that's going to be hard to get. And anything above that, I have not tried. 12 cask strength, yeah, like it. But again, different casks every year, different stuff. And 10 is their most readily available, which is, again, not so. So even that is a lot of batch variation, which I'm not a massive fan of. That's why I put the Springbank. And besides, I don't like Hazelburn, and I like Longrow. But if I want peat, I would go to Islay for Islay peat. So I put Springbank to the side. Tim's choice makes a lot of sense. It has everything. He's picked Bruichladdich, and you want unpeated, you get it. You want heavily peated, you get it. You want super heavily peated, you get it. But again, not a problem, my choice of not picking Bruichladdich is, I like the classic laddie, but I don't love it. It's a nice profile. I like every Port Charlotte I tried. I have not connected with Octomores. I tried like maybe 10, and a couple of them were good, but the rest I wasn't that impressed by it. And the Port Charlottes are good, but they're not giving me that Islay peat hit that Ardbeg or Laphroaig does, because they don't use Islay peat. So for that reason, not for that reason, but I'm not picking Bruichladdich. It makes sense. It makes sense. I understand that, but I'm not picking it. Glenallachie, again, I was thinking of that as well. And Tim pointed that out. Also fantastic because you get your unpeated and the Meikle Tor range is really strong, really good. But I think they're a bit too sherried for me, the Glenallachie range. And, I sometimes would like a nice little ex-bourbon or a few refill barrels that I would like to try the distillate of rather than just a heavily sherried whiskey or a heavily peated and sherried whiskey. So for that reason, I put Glenallachie. Other distilleries I toyed with was Glenmorangie. Because they use a lot of casks, they can reach to a lot of casks, which is fantastic. But their peated versions are just quite subpar, shall we say. It's not going to satisfy any kind of peat cravings. So I put that aside. My first love of whiskey was Laphroaig. That took me about 10 seconds to say no to that. Can you imagine drinking Laphroaig every day? Well, maybe not every day, for the rest of your life. You would want something other than that seaweedy peat at some point. I know I would. So I put that aside. Arran was a good player in my mind. But then I thought, oh no, they're going to stop peated whiskey production because they have now lag. So before that, we had the Macri-Moore and Arran's profile. I love the coastal, little sea salt, little salinity. And good profile. They do all the casks well. They're doing great, but they're going to stop production, or they did stop production with the peated range. So that's just going to make me want peat. For that reason, put it aside. Lechaig Tobermory, again, a good option. But I like Lechaig. I'm not in love with Tobermory. I do enjoy Tobermory, but I don't know. I would have liked it, but maybe not every day. So for those reasons, I have put these aside. Also, I was thinking Ardnamurchan, but again, I like their profile, but I'm not in love with their profile. So I'm just, I passed that as well. But if I'm being honest with you guys, this was not necessarily a challenge for me. I knew the answer before I even started this video. When Tim's notification popped up on my phone, Tim challenged you into one distillery for life. There's only one name. The other names I had to think of and see reasons why I would send away. There's only one name, and I'm assuming you can guess it, but my one distillery for life would be But of course. What else? What else did you think I would pick? I mean, there's a reason why I submitted my video last year to become one of their champions. I am in love with this distillery even before I went to the distillery, and because of their flavor profile and of their range. But I've been there. I've done a round of distilling. I've filled my own casks. I've lived, breathed, and ate and talked Benromach for 3 full days. I met the people who make this whiskey so special. So now I'm more in love with the distillery, but even before that, there was a reason why I submitted that video. It is Benromach for me. It had to be, and it is. Because why not? Their core range is fantastic. You get that little funkiness you want from Springbank in Benromach. You get the sherry. It's always first fill, barrels. So you have the core range, that funkiness, and the sherried, bourbony taste. Can you see me? Yeah. And then if you want something different, you have the contrast range for it. Now, they play around with a lot of things. This came out last year when I was at the distillery. And the high enzyme, they use different yeast, they use different barleys, they use different cut points. They play around with things. You want something organic, you want something more creamy, you get this one. You want something completely light, something different, triple distilled. That's how they have 2 stills, but they do triple distilled whiskey. If you crave a peat hit more than Benromach gives you, there you go. You have the heavily peated one, contrast peated. So because of this, I of course pick Benromach. I'll just put this aside so you can see me a bit better. But yeah, I mean, what else could it be, right? So this is my one distillery for life. I pretty sure some of you guessed, but if you haven't, please let me know what you think of this. I think they make a compelling argument. I think I would be very happy if I knew this is the only whiskey coming out from one distillery that I will have for the rest of my life. So please let me know who's with me, who's picking Team Benromach, and who are you picking? Let me know in the comments. Now, before checking out from this video, I need to challenge people as well. So I'm gonna challenge Matt, Whiskey on the West Coast, for his one distillery for life. And I'm gonna go all the way other side to Australia and challenge my friend Wade. And let's see from McIntyre's Malts, see what they say on what they would pick. So guys, if you like this video, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me, and I shall see you guys on the next one. Cheers.